Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. So I've got a Twin Rivers game for you today. This one is between 700 and 1400 rank. Actually 1800. We got Ithilus in this game. And should be a pretty good one to hang out with. Let's go ahead and jump into it. And then later on we'll jump into the normal cast stuff. Have a Q&A time and then play a game with you guys. Alright, so this one is... Start with the South team. We've got Razo as Cybran, then we've got Seraphim Choice for Maki, and Ithilus taking Aeon in the brown color. Then on the north side, we have Sepulchredum, I think, maybe, perhaps, taking his Cybran Air, Navinus as UEF in the lower right, and Never Rising Sun as Cybran on the left. So that's going to put a 14 versus 1800. And then rank advantage to the North team in the other slot. So, relatively well-balanced game. We'll just have to buckle in and see where it takes us. I'm not seeing the stream popping up yet. Is it? Should be. Yes. All right. So on the northern side, Never Rising Sun taking a first land build. He is going to push engineers out to the left side to pick up the rest of his expansion and then head directly southward with his ACU to hit the front line. And then the same kind of deal for Navinus on the right. He is going to go one land factory and nothing else. Manual reclaim mortars out in the front. That's not a terribly huge bunch of mass, but there is a nice little boost there for whichever players can get it. One T2 wreck, I think, and then the two halves of the T2 transport. On the rear slot, we have an Air Scout out. Air Factory is building interceptors. Hydro going down. That does not look like a good power situation. Nope, he has got the stall going on, but he's going to pause the factory and recover from that. Southern side. See, Maki has already got two land factories down, and he's about to throw down an air factory. And then we've got two lands, actually a land and an air going down for Ithilus as well. Razo has already got one air factory up, throwing down a second, and he's got his land factory up producing engineers. So, fairly good start for the southern side, it appears. I think they're going to have more build power, which translates into more units once the game gets rolling, but I think we're going to see a little bit stronger eco on the northern side. Pushing Mantis over to the left, Never Rising Sun anticipating the run-by that usually comes to try to snag these rear mexes here, and now he's going to break left himself to try to slip past these groups of tanks. We've only got 3 tanks out for Ithilus at the moment. Let's take a look at the eco here. We are floating nicely. Something that a lot of people don't realize, there is actually a fair bit of reclaim on this back corner here. Anywhere there's gray rocks, there are little reclaimable spots. If you run through those with manual reclaim, there's actually several hundred mass there to be taken, which can get you a whole bunch of tanks on the board far sooner than your opponent can get them up. So just something to bear in mind. Sometimes it's a little difficult to queue all that in because you have limited APM at the beginning of the game. But it is handy. Got 2 Mantis, actually Mech Marines, sorry. Mech Marines on the bottom end. Artillery is going to come in and shoot one of them and both of them down. And then die himself. Threat is taken care of, though. So nothing wrong there. Transport going up to the left-hand side. That is going to be Razo dropping a group of engineers. Hopefully, Yellow can get his expansion down here. If he does not, that's not going to end well for his team because there's a total of 4 mexes on those outlying islands, and if one team gets both of those, that's pretty much good game. I don't know what to call this guy. Yellow. Sepulchredum. Babe, help me out. How do you pronounce that? Sepulchretum. I have no idea. Yellow is not building a whole lot of early air. He's got a transport up, which I'm assuming he will drop with over here, but he is helping land. This can be a very good early game build, but I don't know about how this is going to work out end game, because if they do not win early, that means that they're going to be so far behind on air that it could end up losing them the game. We'll just see how this plays out. A lot of Mantis heading up towards the front. ACU is also headed southward, and that's going to be a double team on blue, which is going to make it very, very hard for him to hold his side. Ithilus is blocking off his side with sections of walls. What this is going to do is it's going to force all of the units to come in one concentrated location, but I don't think he anticipated the production that Never Rising Sun was going to bring online. I know he only built one factory in the back, but he's got 4 in the front, and he's got about 50 units up on this side with a flood of units coming from both players on the right. So this is looking like a trampling at the moment. We've got ACU pushing in, Blue retreating towards Ithilus' base because he just can't hold up to that. And then Mantis coming in down here. Luckily, Ithilus was able to get his commander over to the edge, and that was able to stem the tide of Mantis somewhat. I don't know why Never Rising Sun didn't just run by all the way around the outside edge. He had enough tanks there where if he just refused to engage the ACU and run all the way down around, he would have killed that engineer before the point defense came online and probably gotten all the way around in the back of the base. But even though they didn't succeed on the left side, the right side is a total success. We've got units in the base, ACU setting up shop right in the middle of Blue's production. There's a couple of gunships online, but Purple is going to bring in some interceptors. Let's see, here comes Yellow. As long as they can get some anti-air units online, he'll be fine. He's got a whole lot of health on that ACU still. I think more than enough to survive 2 gunships and now 1. Counter drop coming in for Razzo. That is possibly going to win because he's got 5 engineers to the 1 for Yellow. We'll just have to see how that plays out. Mantis moving southward to take out all of the eco they can. Finally got some anti-air down, and that's going to prevent any snipes from coming in. Alright, I'm surprised we did not see a Mercy. Ithilus had T2 air that whole time, and there was absolutely 0 air cover for a fairly good bit there. So Mercy slipping in around the outside edge could have definitely taken out an ACU at that point, but it did not. The damage is done though. Left hand, or the right hand side, my bad, has fallen to all of these units streaming in. So in this case in particular, the forward air player has worked. All of those extra units was able to just totally collapse the right hand side. That is the entire eco gone. And now it's going to start chewing into the left. So what they need to do now is press this advantage as hard as they can possibly go. And it's Jester on Jester violence on the right-hand side. We've got 2 Jesters picking off everything over here, and a single lonely Jester trying to kill this land factory on this side. 2 anti-air units are going to be able to knock that down. And I think that's going to be a surviving factory there. Then these 2 Jesters are targeted on the units themselves, so that's actually going to clean up the land factory. So we're going to see Yellow hold on to this expansion. That is a good thing. It's going to give them a chance in this. As far as eco goes, I say that, and they're stomping the right-hand side. Blue's trying to move back over. He's got his commander coming in, and tanks from Ithilus moving in just a little bit to try and draw those Mantis over towards his side. He wants to give his teammate an oh, wow. That's a lot of tax. Holy kashmolis. There went the T2 factory and 2 mass extractors. We got TMD going down. And ACU moving over to assist. That is so many tac launches. It's raining missiles at this point. Point defense going down, factories going down, just trying to eliminate everything he can, and that's going to once again put the Southern team behind. This is looking like a raffle stomp. Mackey's going to throw down some power generators. He is on 5 mass and 84 power per tick. Poor guy. But he does have a lot of reclaim. Whole lot of reclaim in his base, so if he can start sucking that up, he will be able to become established again. We've got an Oblivion going up in the back. Ithilus fronting with his commander, overcharging any units that he can get his hands on. And that's going to... yeah, that Mongoose is going to get out. And there it went. Crap. That was Mongoose from the north side. Running a little too fast there, guys. Sorry. But that's going to leave it 2 versus 3 on this end. This game is a little bit longer. I was looking at the replay, and it's about 40 minutes long is why I was trying to buzz it. But I missed a kill there. That is my bad. Don't think that could possibly have been Tax. I'm sure somebody saw it out of the corner of their eye. Somebody's going to be over here in the stream comments telling me how much I screwed up. All right. So Ithilus has got his point defenses back down. He has locked down the left side, but now the right is completely and totally empty, except for this single Oblivion turret. And I've discussed recently to great length how Oblivions are basically the worst thing ever at killing T1 spam. The fire rate's so slow that it pretty much wastes all of its damage. The Medusas were able to move in and lay down a stun on that turret. It only got off about 2 shots, and then it died. Razo does have a substantial amount of eco, though. He has got 60 mass per tick, but he's about to start losing some of that because we got Mantis moving in on the left. Mongoose from Navinus harassing all over the place. That is how you Mongoose. You don't want to use him as a frontline unit. You want to skirt around the outside edges, use the speed to your advantage, and try to do damage to clumps of units because the grenade launcher on that thing has some brutal area of effect. Very good at wiping out build power. We've got Cerberus turrets coming up. Those are going to help lay in some damage on these Mantis. If I were Razo, I would be moving towards the Mantis with my ACU just to try and lay in that extra bit of damage. There's no way that that few Mantis is going to kill the commander, but the commander can sure wipe them out pretty quickly. Alright, Yellow is at T2 air at the moment, and he is building Corsairs. That's going to be looking like a snipe, and he does have a good bit of air coverage. We've got a ton of interceptors from both Navinus and Sepul. I'm just going to call him Sepul. That will solve the issue. But we do have ASF production online for Razo, and this is where it's going to get interesting because now the northern team's going to have to come up with a way to deny T3 air. Eventually we're going to see a strap bomber here. They did not press their advantage hard enough, I don't think. Mongoose is trying to take out this point defense here. Walls are doing a pretty good job of protecting it, but that is eventually going to go down. T2 units moving into the air base. Kill the build power, kill the power. That's what you need to be doing. And units coming in once again for Ithilus. Ithilus is just kind of chillaxing over here. He's getting an upgrade on his ACU. We'll have to check out and see what that is. Probably combat upgrades, I would think. Possibly T3. No, that was combat upgrades. Alrighty then. Let's have to see how this plays out for us. T2 coming out in force for Navinus, but he needs to move that down. And if I were them, I would be building a load of mobile flak. They do not have a ton of scouting around the outside edge, but you can see they do have the T3 Air Factory labeled, so they know that at some point in the very near future they're going to be dealing with strap bombers. So T1 stationary anti-air, mobile flak, best way to deal with that. Unless one of them can rush a T3 upgrade. If one of them rushes a T3 upgrade, then that is a solved problem because a SAMR 3 on Twin Rivers will totally deny T3 air because the map is so tiny. Oh, yes, discussions about Cybern scum. Well, it's interesting how FAF is kind of split into two factions, one half of which prefers UEF and one half of which prefers Cybern. Then there's a fairly significant group of people that just don't care, and I have yet to find anyone. Oh, look at the flak just wiping out that group of ASF. And Jester's moving in from the right. Not sure what that's all about. That is doomed to failure for sure. I have yet to find anybody who is a staunch Seraphim or Aeon advocate. I know not many people like the space hippies just because they're green and bubbly and have a weird play style. And also Seraphim, it doesn't seem like a whole lot of people like. Although I do like the Owasso. The Owasso is a very fun tool to play with. I was playing a game earlier and abusing the T4 bomber, and that is the most fun that you can have in the late game. But yeah, everybody seems to be lined up along Cybern and UEF. So many reclaim. Not sure what that's all about. Very odd order. Now we're at a total standstill. TAC launcher has been firing right here. You can see he wiped out two of the TAC launchers over here, and he's trying to hit some of this eco on this side, but I think very quickly those guys are going to be able to get TMD. This is going to be the bigger problem. We have T3 mobile artillery moving in. That is going to be able to siege this position that Ithilus has set up. He does have himself a nice little kill zone. He's got wall sections that force units to slow down and clump up, and then they all come in right here in the focused range of all of his point defense and units that he has. So it will take a substantial number of units to overcome this, especially considering the fact that he has the gun range upgrade on his ACU, which lets him overcharge on a tremendous range. That's actually, I believe, oh, Corsair's coming in. Well, versus ASF, that's not going to be an issue. We've got Razo moving southward. Ithilus taking a little bit of damage off that, but not too terribly much. His own flak actually taking care of it before the ASF can come down. The Aeon gun commander can match range with a Mongoose, and it only gets outranged by a couple of ticks with the hoplites. So it pretty much eliminates that range bot advantage, and you're able to wipe out enemy units pretty effectively without ever taking any damage yourself. Let's see, need a T3 upgrade, and it is on the way for yellow, although he's only pulling 1.5k on the power end, so not going to be super effective. Razo's pulling almost 5,000 power. He's got another power generator half built in the back, and he's upgrading T3 mechs as we speak. This is a bad idea right here, I think. That nuke defense is a totally useless... Yes, because there's no nuke and no T3 to speak of other than this factory on the north side. That's something that you've got to watch out for. This is a large amount of mass to invest, and if you don't have to build one, especially if you're on a small map and you have good intel on everything else that's going on, you can invest this mass into another T3 mechs or part of a T4 or even a couple of strap bombers to help you solve other more pressing issues. You don't need to build a nuke defense just for the sake of having one unless you're on a big map where you can't effectively scout the whole thing all the time. And if you're in the very late game, when there's enough build power and mass floating around where they can just drop a nuke launcher in like 45 seconds and then assist build it in 4 minutes. Because then by the time you build a nuke defense, it's just going to be too late. So I would highly recommend reevaluating your need for a nuke defense in this situation. We have a strap bomber that's going to try to clean up some of these units around the outside edge. If they can get rid of this proxy base, that would help them out a ton. There we go. The awesome area of effect on the Cybern strat. It's going to kill off one of those arties and loop back around for another shot at it. Once those combat units are gone, Ithilus will be able to reclaim this spot, and I think we can safely say at this point that the northern team has thrown away the lead that they had. It's about to get a little bit messy because just looking at the eco, we got 108 and 55. So these two guys have about the same amount of eco as the top three. And once this gets wiped out, they're going to get all of the reclaim from these units as well as getting this base back. And then the eco is going to tip heavily in the favor of the southern team. And the air advantage does not help either. Strap bomber heading up towards the north. Bomb on a T1 mechs. Little bit of wasted DPS there, but hey, anytime you can harass, it's a good thing. Not sure why Never Rising Sun is being so sluggish on his eco upgrades either. He's got the T3 power generator. Could mean that he's going for a Mazer upgrade because he's very power heavy with not much mass. And strap bomb to the air factory, just solidifying that lead there. Ithilus is going to move over to the right, and that's going to be the end of this expansion. Strap bomber cleaning up the wreckage. Alrighty. Main reason that I picked this replay was because this was a little bit of unconventional play on the right hand side. This double rush up the right can be very, very strong. It's a good example of teamwork, but you have to follow through. You have to be aggressive. And there's a couple slips by a couple of people that had things gone a little differently, the Northern team definitely had the potential to win in the early game. And now we're seeing where if you don't follow up on that and you just kind of sit back, tech up a little bit, think that you've got the game in hand and take your time with things, then the other team has the potential to flip it around and kill you. That's also why you never quit out of a game unless it is completely and thoroughly lost. If there's any chance of coming back, go ahead and stick around in there and play it out. Strat Bomber winging around on the north side, going to hit that power generator, knocking Yellow down to 3,500. That means he probably has RAS on his ACU. Yes, he does. Let's take a look at Never Rising Sun. Looks like he actually got RAS as well. So that's going to give them the power income that they need to survive all of this sniping from Strat Bombers. If you can get an entire team to go RAS, that's actually very, very strong in a team game because it allows power overflow for anyone who needs it in the mid portion of the game. Also, it prevents you from becoming completely and totally stalled should someone be able to snipe off all of your power generators. I did not realize this game was going to drag out like this. I watched it on a little faster speed, and it seemed to move on a bit better. Here come the strats on this. Going to wipe out that T3HQ. And that is the end of air for the North team. But we do have a Monkey Lord going down for Never Rising Sun. We're going to have to see if this is able to actually accomplish anything. We have not got an answer from the Southern team, so that may be slightly difficult to deal with. Only thing I can think of is if Ithilus is able to overcharge it to death with that shielded commander. It's got 15k on the ACU and 29,000 on the shield, giving it a substantial amount of health to burn through, and with that extra range he should be able to get in within reach of that Monkey Lord and knock it out, especially if he has the help of these Harbingers that will be coming around. Strat Bombers wiping out huge swaths of eco on the north side. That mech that was just rebuilt, going to take out that T2 as well. And just continue to hurt the Northern team on that front. We've got Ithilus with 103 and Razo with 112. So 200 combined for the South. Got about 220 for the North. T1 Bombers, heads up. That's actually a lot of damage coming down. Monkey Lord is going to tear into this base. Got about a quarter of the health off of that shield, but the Monkey Lord is not focus firing. Overcharge laying into that thing. Second overcharge impacting, and it is down thanks to all of the strats and that ACU, down to about half health on that thing. Now he's going to have to deal with some Percivals, though. With the help of the Harbingers, he should be able to take care of it, no problem. Just have to see how it goes. 1,600 damage per firing cycle on these Percivals. So you go for a little bit, you think you're okay, and then all of a sudden your health just takes a nosedive when all of those shots impact. You can see he's down to about a third and overcharging the last Percival right there. Nicely executed from Ithilus. We got a Fat Boy, a second Monkey Lord. That is a good combination. Strats coming in again. Not sure why that was such an important target. That is some extreme overkill there. I'm not sure that the Cybran T1 Mobile Anti-Air can even hit a Strat Bomber, because I think the shots die before they catch up to it. Strats coming in on a split order to try to kill those T2 mexes. We do have ASF from Never Rising Sun. He's trying to make up for his air player, who is once again almost to T3 air. Guys commenting on this side, impressive for an 800. Yes, it is, but when you don't have an air opponent, it's very, very easy to just wreck the entire other side of the map. If you're going to pick that rush strategy, you got to end the game by 15 minutes. That's just all there is to it. Because after the 15-minute mark, once they get their T3 air online, it is a hopeless cause. Got a GC coming up for... GC and a Monkey Lord for the Southern team. So that's going to be answered by the Fat Boy, which is no longer building, and this Monkey Lord. I think we're about to see this fold once this GC gets up in there. Of course, Ithelas could walk up in there with it and overcharge, extend the life of his unit. I got 2 stealths. That's always nice to see as well. When you have friendly teammates who donate interesting units to you. Stealth your ACU, help prevent things from hitting you, as long as there's not Omni in the area. Monkey Lord is finished. Never Rising Sun grabbing another upgrade. I have to see what that one is. He did not drop the resource allocation, so that may... I would bet on that being the Mazer. I've also had very, very bad luck with the Mazer recently. I had 2 games last night, or 1 game where I had a Mazer comm, and I was walking in circles around the feet of a GC for about 10 seconds solid, and the Mazer would not fire. It fired like 1/2 second blip and then cut off again. Landed an overcharge or 2 and then ended up dying. Very depressing. I've not had good luck at all with that thing's targeting recently. Went through a pretty good phase where it seemed to be perfect, and then all of a sudden it just fell off the deep end. Strat Bomber cleaning up the southern expansion. That is finally going to be picked off by an ASF. I do like the T3 air from all of these players. Since Yellow was knocked out, we've now got T3 air from both of the front players trying to compensate. It's doing a fairly decent job. There's still an air advantage to the Southern team, but it's not quite so bad anymore. These guys will be able to pick off Strat Bombers that come in directly at targets in the center. Should be able to do a little bit of denial. Alright, Monkey Lord and GC moving northward. This is where it gets hairy. Fat Boy is going to be completed, but it's on the wrong side of the rock, so this thing is not going to be able to shoot at these T4s until it moves to one side or the other. These guys are going to have to coordinate very well, because they're going to have to get the Fat Boy in range of the GC. Yeah, GC's going to turn and run. Yeah, they got to get the Fat Boy in range without dying. They don't want to get it too close, and they've got to assist that Monkey Lord, and that's exact... Oh, no. Don't target wrong. He should have stayed in. That's exactly what you want with a Monkey Lord, is you want to be able to engage with the GC at the same time as he engages with you. Because you do have less health, but you have 1,000 more DPS. And that, in some cases, can let you win as long as you have something else wailing on it. Fat Boy and Monkey Lord combined could have handled that, but you can see that Monkey Lord basically died almost entirely out of range of the Galactic Colossus. That is a depressing thing to watch. Bad micro on that one. T2 gunship's going to try to finish taking out this Galactic Colossus. Fat Boy's doing a pretty good job staying within the safety of all of these SAMs, which is going to totally and completely wipe out the air of the Southern team. If they can survive these 2 T4s, there's actually a good chance that they will be able to pull out of this. Monkey Lord closing. Navinus trying to get in for an overcharge. He's going to go up. That leaves 2 versus 2, and I think the Southern team is more established. That is terrible. Ugh, Monkey Lord is down, but the Fat Boy's going to die too. If that ACU would have gotten back just a little bit further, probably would have been a different story. But we do have 3 T4 wrecks on the north side now. The only problem is no build power. There's 4 T3 engineers in the back, which are basically not doing anything, and these Harbingers are eating Never Rising Sun's base. So that is GG. Not a whole lot to be done after that point. They've got the ASF. They've got the ASF to deny air. There's not really going to be anything that they can do about the ground units. Harbingers everywhere, using their speed to stick their noses in all the places that they don't belong. T2 mech's going to get sniped off back there, and then eventually moving towards the front. This is what I do like to see. They got a Whaler coming out. Very, very strong gunship. I love the Whaler and the Broadsword, I think they're vastly underestimated in the current gameplay, because I don't get to see them built that often. You got a mobile SAM moving in, along with the replenished air forces of the southern side. That is finally going to eliminate most of the air of the north side. Still a couple of ASF there, but nothing big. Now we can start seeing some air snipes. Just get rid of those commanders and we can be done with this game. Seppel is going to move back into his base. Never Rising Sun throwing down a T3P gen right next to his ACU. That is what I call a death wish. Standing right next to an explosive building. Although I'm sure at this point he really does not care. And there's a nuke to add insult to injury. If there was any chance of the northern team coming back, it is now completely and totally gone. That's going to impact on the rear. Never Rising Sun. I'm trying not to control K. Someone strat me. He is standing next to that P-Gen along with Seppel. Couple of strat bombs right there in between those P-Gens and kill those ACUs, although he is still walking. Come on, come on. There goes the strat. It damaged the P-Gen, but only one strat. Not going to kill it anytime soon. Yep, moving in. He's going to hug that thing. And build energy storage around himself. It's like, let me wrap myself up like a nice little Christmas present here. One bomb is all it takes. Boom! There it is. All right. Never Rising Sun leaving in a dignified manner. And Seppel's going to try to make it to the south base, but I don't think he's going to. Thanks to all these strat bombers and a Harbinger. There we go. Finally. Game over. Alrighty then. I'm going to get out of that. That went on way longer than I intended it to. Alright, I'm going to host a game. I do not know what game I want to host. I need somebody to suggest a map, and I will pull it up. Possibly... Thought about doing survival. That may be a fun one to do. Let's see. I am not that much of a multitasker. I have a hard time even keeping up with chat. I read a comment here and there, but not much. Apparently the quality has taken a nosedive. I can see it is a little bit fuzzy on that. More than a little bit. It is a lot fuzzy. What is up with my bitrate? Very strange. Let me bump it up to 3 and see if that clears it up. Alright, I think I am. I'm going to host a survival. We're going to do Final Rush. Trying to decide whether I want to do it with Total Veterancy or not. Total Veterancy kind of gets hilarious. Yeah, let's do that. We're just going to have a good time on this one. If I can find the right map. Final Rush Pro. That's it. And we need the accompanying mod. This time you'll be able to see how exactly I set the thing up. If you ever do this kind of thing, this is what you're doing. And then we need Total Veterancy. Believe it is that one. And we'll host. Get over here into the options. We're going to do random spawns. We do need Fog of War, and we do need Assassination. Game speed on normal, no cheating. And no share. Then, down here, we've got the options for auto reclaim, which we're going to set to 50. I'm going to set it to survival normal. No tech by time. Disable teleport. And 6/10. Alright. Good dealio. Alright, let me finish going back through all these.
Group formed.
Raptor Jesus, sometimes your comments hurt my very soul. I'm not that bad.
Group formed.
Oh, man. All right.
Group formed.
And we got a game. I think I'm going to take UEF. No, I'm going to take Aeon. Is Aeon OP? All right, Pilot and Google. There we go. Let's see how much we can lag this. Apparently my internet connection needs help today. Alright, now with this, you've got 6 hives here. So you need to build an engineer first and then hydro because your build power is so extreme that if you don't build the power first, you end up stalling so totally and completely that you can't do anything. Zip, 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 zip. And let's get that hydro. Yeah, one of my teammates saying wasted all my E by mistake. Actually, that's someone on the other side. That is one of the cons to this mod with the hives is if you don't do your launch exactly right, you're in such a complete and total stall that it's hard to do anything at all. But it looks like most of my team did a fairly decent job except for Pilot, who built no power and built all of his mechs. And wow. No! Why'd you do that? Okay. There's our first couple of units right there. I got my gun upgrade. Let's see what we got here. That is a very expensive upgrade, so I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to move up to the front. Let's go ahead and throw down an energy storage and then the land factory again so we can get T2.
Commander under attack. System enabled.
Go ahead and start killing stuff. Alright, the total veterancy mod. You can see I'm already level 2 down here. Basically, it gives you infinite vet, and it allows you to get vet from building, from killing things. Basically, whatever your unit can do, if it does its job, it will vet up. And that increases your production, increases your range, increases your walking speed, everything. So your units keep ramping up and ramping up. And before you know it, you've got this superhuman monstrosity of an ACU that can demolish anything in its path. And then you end up doing ACU on ACU war, which is pretty freaking awesome. So, we're just going to kind of grind here for a few minutes. Basically, just eliminating as many units as we can with our ACU in order to vet it up properly. Let's go ahead and do T2 upgrades. I love the extra range on the Aeon Commander because then you can cover this entire area no problemo. One of the other things that's cool about this is as you tech up, you'll eventually start getting area of effect on your gun as well. So even your individual shots will begin damaging 4 or 5 units at a time, and then your overcharge is like in this huge area. You can kill 20 units at once with it. Absolutely brutal. See, my ACU is producing 1500 power and 12 mass by itself right now. Awesome, awesome stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and do T2 radar so that I can actually see what I'm getting myself into up here.
Commander under attack. Enabled.
Now we can see all the dots.
System enabled. Commander under attack. System enabled.
Come here, you clumps of units. Delicious, lovely mass and veterancy. There we go.
Commander under attack.
Overcharged Raptors units right out from under him. Alrighty then. Power is the precious commodity because basically you live off of overcharges on this.
Under attack.
That, and eventually we will need to get anti-air in here. I'm going to go ahead and wade right in.
System enabled.
Also, I figured out why my video is so grainy. It's actually quite clear. For some reason, my preset was on 240p. I was wondering why everything was in a glorious white halo. Just complete and total blur around everything.
System enabled. Commander under attack. System enabled.
Actually, we might be able to break in and start killing the other team's units as well. Probably should have set this on hard. This is entirely too easy. Well, maybe not. This is not what you're supposed to be seeing.
System enabled.
By the way,
Commander under attack.
for those of you who voted, the vote was decisively for Sins of a Solar Empire as far as next game I'm playing. We'll be starting that on Tuesday. So, we're going to see how that goes. I have absolutely no idea how it will. This is going to be a beautiful overcharge right here. Oh no! Raptor stole it from me. Get out of here. Alright, I'm up to 19 build power. I should probably go ahead and upgrade mexes because why not? Go ahead and get this and do T3 and we can start some Rambo SACUs or something, I don't know. Finally starting to shed a little bit of health. I'm gonna back up some. And I need to get my chain gun upgrade in a minute here. Got Tech 2 inbound, which is going to make things slightly more difficult, but not too terribly much. Basically, I just need to back up and get established where I can start start my upgrades on that. And units crossing all the way across here. Don't know what the deal with that is. Would probably help if I paused my mechs though, because then I wouldn't be quite so far in the red.
System enabled.
Okay. As soon as I get back here, I'm going to swap my hives over to assisting my ACU, and we'll knock out this shield upgrade and chain gun pretty quick. And then at that point, our ACU is basically invincible.
Commander under attack.
Where's my T1 engineer? Come here, buddy. There you are. You're going to go way over here. You're going to build a couple of energy storage way up on the top side.
Commander under attack.
Come on, Riptides, meet your maker.
Commander under attack.
Somebody's impatient on the north side.
System enabled. System enabled.
Alright. Back at my home base.
Under attack.
Go ahead and throw down this shield generator upgrade. Zip. And then we're going to do the heavy gun upgrade. Which is basically going to make my ACU fire a continual stream of shots. Kind of hilarious to watch. Let's see if we can get this. Yes, we will get it.
Commander under attack.
No! And bot's down. The stream of units was just too much. Actually, it's just too much for me too. Get out! Don't die! Gotta get that shield back up and recharge some, or overcharge some. Get rid of these units. Got a bunch of mobile missile launchers that are firing at me that I need to get back out here and kill. Because stupid mobile missile launchers. Always ruining my fun. Die, tanks! This is a lot of fire. I am so thankful that the shield recharges every time I vet, because if not, I would be dead. So very dead. So very dead many times over. Hello, Ilshivas. Goodbye, Ilshivas. Alright, finally starting to thin these units back out. Once I get this under control, I'll be able to go ahead and grab that other upgrade. There's the troublemakers. Right down there. Let's see. Can I get that whole clump? Just about. Well, Southside's not looking extremely healthy. We may very well get overrun from that side. His ACU is awfully low health, though. Alright, GC's going down. Very, very quickly, actually. Let's go ahead and let's get some of these capped. As soon as I get that GC out in front of me, I'll be able to get the rest of my upgrades. Oh, T3. Hello, Titans. You need to go away. Thank you. My T1 ACU now has 49 build power. Thanks to being 41 vet deep. And here comes the air. Oh no, 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 no. Nope. Not happening. Oh, it's just gestures. Okay, I can deal with that. They can just pester my shield harmlessly. Fear my mighty range. Alright. Gonna go get the rest of my upgrades and we'll be good. Raptor Jesus now has more vet than I do. That's sad. Oh well. Can't be helped. I have more GCs than he has, though. Not like it does any good. Alright, let's give this to Raptor, just in case somebody loses their base. Now everybody has a power storage. Yay! GCs will hold temporarily once the AI GCs start coming through that have way more health. Okay, Peanuts. I don't have PD because my ACU itself is so powerful. Like, there's no point in building point defense when the mod allows your ACU to just be some unearthly entity that's so powerful that it just crushes everything on the battlefield with a single overcharge with range that big. Like, point defense, my range is actually bigger than the T2 point defense now, so there's no point in doing that. And as soon as my ACU finishes upgrading, we'll be back up towards the front. Behold, my GC that is 8 vet and still dying to everything. Because Percival's. Yay! Alright, well, these two GCs will hold until I get back up there anyway. Actually, I'm thinking that these are probably a waste of mass. Let's do something else instead. Let's do this, because that'll be way more fun. Alright, back out to the front with my super cannon. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Oh, man. Never was a song more appropriate. That is fantastic. Alright, let's see here. Alright, there's my stream of shots. Flee in terror, mortals.
Commander under attack.
Oh. Shield stall. Yee, don't do that. Why am I getting stunned? Loyalist, maybe? Yes, Loyalist. Alright. So those are in line. I finally got overcharge back. So now we're good. Not sure what that was. It was very strange. Alright, this is what I want to overcharge. Right here. Like, if I could land an overcharge on that, it would basically just make my life complete. But alas, it is not meant to be. Come on, come on. This is gonna be beautiful. Only Raptor Jesus beat me to it. Shame on you, Raptor. This is my posse. Got 3 Galactic Colossuses is backing me up here. At some point, I'm gonna have to get up high enough on this. Why don't you plant an overcharge directly behind you, my friend? Like this. At some point, I'm gonna have enough here where we're gonna try to punch a hole directly through the middle, and I will leave the Galactic Colossuses to catch anything that gets past us, and we can then just plow directly into all of this. Oh look, it would be a shame if somebody overcharged all of that artillery. Oh no, no, no. No, you don't. Don't you dare. You're not supposed to be over there. Get back. Stupid hover tanks. We're now killing our units as well as their units. Which is basically how you get infinite veterancy. All the shiny lights are so pretty. Can't even see my ACU anymore for all the artillery shots. It's so sparkly. The area of effect on my main gun is now such that I don't even have to overcharge to kill these things. Now vet 95 on this. Just basically click and let it fire 10 bullets and the entire thing dies. Come on, T4s, where you at? My PC's bogged down. Let's see. Details. Let's go to Forged Alliance. If you uncheck the 2 primary cores when you're trying to run, it will eliminate, or it will only run on your other 2 cores, which sometimes helps for the smoothness of the game. Although at this point, I think it's actually net lag that's hitting us because we're all running at 0.
Strategic launch detected.
There's the T4s. I spy Galactic Colossus and a Monkey Lord. Come to me. One shot kill overcharging a Galactic Colossus in the face. That's fantastic. Oh look, Salem's. Whee! Oh look, strap bombers. Let's pull some of you guys up here and let's build some SAMs because strap bombers could be lethal potentially.
Strategic launch detected. Strategic launch detected.
Where are we at here, buddy? Alright, there we go. Good lord.
Strategic launch detected.
Mother of frame rate lag. That is terrible. Somebody just went up in flames. Oh! Nuke! Yes! That's fantastic. One down, many more to go. I love how Raptor's just kind of standing there in the middle of everything. Like, I dare you. I freaking dare you to shoot me. Of course, it's better that he's way over there because then he's not as apt to be stealing my kills. Overcharge, overcharge. Hot diggity dog, it's overcharge. I miss the planet's funniest animals. Alright, ACU, I can't see your... Ah, there we go. Alright, so half shield health and gaining with the overcharges, so I'm still good. I do wish I had heavy shielding, but unfortunately that is a commodity that I do not have the luxury of. I think I have enough shield health here though that I'm actually burning through this decently well. I'm going to try to pull back just a little bit here. Well, Raptor has just decided that he's going to take it to these guys. He's going to run right into them. Ayo. That is great. Friggin' phenomenal. Hey, he killed one. Nice. That sniper Gatling gun. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right now, I'm taking the full force of 2 GCs and a Monkey Lord to the face. For some reason, Blue's still just kind of like hanging out in his base back there. Don't know why, but he is.
Strategic launch detected.
There goes my next nuke. Alright, he's got nuke defense. And Raptor Jesus is still just kind of casually standing there taking every shot laid at him. Oh, there it went. And we're done. Well, that was kind of ludicrous. Good job all the way around. Well done. Kudos to Raptor Jesus on that one, because he's basically got to the point where he was indestructible and then just casually strolled into the opponent's base and killed him. 1,300 kills on his ACU. Let's see here. Oh, holy cow. I actually still had more kills. That was because I was sitting in the back. Let's see. He's got 213,000 health, and I have 193. So he was higher vet than I was. That was impressive. Good game all the way around. All right. That's going to wrap it up for me today, I think. Today was kind of a weird day. Strange cast at the start, but I appreciate you guys sticking through it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with a cast of Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion on Tuesday. That is the next thing to be looking out for. I'll see you guys over there.